Welcome back to Jack's Drinkwater Southern Cooking and Barbecue. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I smoke a turkey on a Weber Smoky Mountain 22-inch. Let's get going. Alright, firstly, I'm going to show you guys how I set up my Weber Smoky Mountain for this cook. Just start out like you regularly do. Fill it up with charcoal here. So we're just going to be doing the minion method if you're familiar with that. If not, I'll show you. So you just put your charcoal in there, and what I like to do is I just dig me out a little bit of these coals out of the bottom. And then, so what I like to do is just use a regular chimney starter, and I turn it upside down here, and then I'll put a lighting cube in here and then fill this top here with charcoal, and then I will just dump that on the top, and then we'll strategically place some smoking wood on here. So let's just pretend that we have it lit right now. We'll put the top on. Put the top on it, and then I'm going to show you what I have going on here where the water pan is. So what we've done is we've removed the water pan out of the Weber Smoky Mountain, and the reason why we've done that is because we obviously don't want water in it when we're doing this bird, because it would just steam our bird. But we're going to be replacing it with this, which is just the bottom plate of an old Smokey, and we're just going to set that in here just like so. Now, the reason why we're using this instead of the water pan is it's perforated. So what's going to happen is that bird renders its fat and all that good stuff. It's going to find its way through those perforation holes, and it's going to drip down on those coals, and it's going to give our bird a lot more flavor. And if you were just going to use the water pan, it would just drip down on that water pan, and it's just going to burn up. It's not going to be hitting those coals. Alright, what you're going to need for this is a good pair of kitchen shears, and these are like poultry shears actually. So we're going to get this bird going and pull out all the stuff, your neck, your heart, all that good stuff, and I just kind of put it to the side because we're not going to be needing that right now. I like to lift up this skin because we're going to be putting a rub underneath the skin, so just pull that membrane loose like that so you're able to get your hand all in there. We're going to flip the bird over. And probably not going to bore you on how to spatchcock a turkey or a chicken. I have a video. You can go check that out up right there. It'll show you kind of how to do it. It's really easy. You're just cutting the backbone out. I'll give you a quick clip of how we're going to do this. That's one side. Alright, now that we got that done, let's give it a nice flip. You can, there's a little thing here, the gooch is what I'm calling that. Yeah, the gooch. So now we got the gooch facing you. Alright, we're just going to flip it around, and we'll take this, and we're just going to break that right there. Look at there, his clothes are falling off. Alright, so we're just going to inject this bird with a homemade injection that I did. It's got basically butter, lemon, chicken broth. I'll leave the ingredient list in the description. And we're going to just inject this joker everywhere, including the legs, thighs, and the breast. What I like to do as far as the breast is concerned is go underneath the skin, because I want to keep the integrity of that skin as much as I can. Notice there's a hole right here already. I'm just going to shoot in that. That was from the, what do you call that? The temperature pop-up thingy. I'm even going to inject these wings. Alright, now that we got this bird injected, let's massage our breast. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with some of this Elk Creek AP rub, and I'm going to mix it in to this one stick of butter here. But there's no set amounts here. I'm just going to go over it's about as much as you want. And then we're just going to mix that in, and then I'm going to show you us massaging our breast. I'm not sure if this is PG-13 or PG-50-11 rated. And we're going to be massaging breast, and we're going to be smoking. And there may even be some language in this video as well. Alright, so now we're just going to take some butter in our hand like this. Get in here with our skin. And we're just going to massage all that butter in here. Being careful now not to tear the skin. Now that we've massaged our breast, we're going to season the outside. What I like to do is take these wings and just kind of tuck them under like that. All right, first lightly we're gonna go over with some AP rub, just lightly. Don't go crazy with this stuff now. Next up, we're gonna go over with some of this Elk Creek barbecue rub, and with same thing, just lightly, just enough to give it some color here. So it's up to you. Flip it over and season the backside if you want to. It's totally up to you. All right, I'm just gonna straighten this skin up real quick. Oh, she looks beautiful. So we had to get that lid on there relatively quick. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is we're trying to keep this running at around 300. I brought the grill up to 325 degrees, and now what I've done is I've cranked all of my vents, including the top one, to about a quarter open. When I first lit that and put it and got it up to temp, I had all of my vents, including the top one, full open. So now that we're gonna rock that, and I may have to adjust it as we go, but right now it's just set at a quarter. Now I'm not sure how long this cook is gonna take. I'm figuring maybe somewhere around 3-ish hours. I'm not even gonna look at it for at least 2 hours, and then I'm gonna check it and see what our temp's looking like. What I want to do is I want to bring this bird up to about 160 to 165. If you didn't inject it, you could probably keep it at about 160, but seeing as how we've injected it, we're probably going to go to the upwards of 165 before we pull it. All right, guys, it's been exactly 2 hours. I got some butter here that's ready to go. The color's looking pretty nice. I'm just going to give it a little temp here into the breast, not nowhere else. Going deep in the breast. 149 is what we're looking at, which is perfect. We're so close. Now we're going to start basting this. As you can see here, I have a little bit of, I got some rosemary here that I've tied up, and we're just going to start basting this. Our bark is set, which is good. So we're just going to baste this bird. So I'm thinking in maybe another, half hour. We've been running between 275 and 300 degrees. Surprisingly, I've had to open up the dampers on it to full on. I just cut them down because it started creeping up to about 325. This is a beautiful bird. I'm telling you now. All right, that looks good. I'm going to check it again in about 15 minutes or so. All right, we are going nicely. This is 160 is what I've hit now. We're going to rest it for about 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and pull this. We're going to pull this joker. All right, it's been 15 minutes. We're about ready to carve this joker up. So I've got it on a platter here. We're fighting the flies once again. So we're just going to move this out of the way here like that. Go in here. Now, what we're going to do something that is probably not necessarily traditional here. Okay? Most people, when they carve a turkey, they tend to go in like this situation here, which is, get out of here, fly. They go this way, right? But what we want to do is we want to cut these, because that's going with the grain, so we want to kind of cut them in medallions. So what we're going to do first is we're going to start off here. We're going to cut the leg completely off and fight the flies. Whoa, get off! All right, we're just going to move that over here, set that aside. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut this one off as well. Come on, I'm going to have to turn this around here. Just follow the breastbone, because you want all that tenderloin that's underneath. Keep Pulling it back. There we go. Right there. Hang on. Alright. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's slice this into some medallions here. Couple, and we'll give it a try. Let's take this one. Alright, this is actually the beginning of the breast. Let's give it a taste. Hold on a minute. Alright guys, I'm going to be quite honest with you right now on a few points that I got here. That's probably one of the best smoked turkeys I've ever done. I mean, fried and smoked, two totally different deals there, but if you're into the smoked thing, definitely try smoking this turkey on the WSM. Another thing I want to throw out there right now is I don't want to come off as I'm like some kind of professional barbecuer or smoker at this kind of stuff, but I will tell you this. I have like 3 guys that are like my mentors, and it's James at Central City Barbecue, who I actually consulted on this cook right here multiple times today. Russ Jones over at Smokey Ribs, and Greg Burbage over at Ballistic Barbecue. Those guys know their stuff. They're on speed dial. I'm just fortunate enough to have these guys' numbers. They always help me out when I got questions. And you know what? I'm going to pay it forward. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'll try to answer them if I can. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it out for you. So you don't have to have those guys on speed dial. Go to their channels, check them out. If you have any questions, ask them. They're very responsive. All right, guys, smoked turkey on your Weber Smoky Mountain. Do it.